gentlemen, welcome back. Nephews, this isn't entertainment. This is guidance. This is a place where you come when your head knows better, but your heart keeps lying to you. Tonight, we're speaking truth with love, and sometimes love sounds like tough correction. Not to shame you, not to flex, but to save you time, dignity, and unnecessary pain. If you're confused about her behavior, if you are stuck replaying text, breakups, mixed signals, and the whole what did I do wrong, if you've been given more than you're getting and calling it loyalty, nephews, you're in the right room. All right, here's the standard for tonight. We don't validate weakness, we correct it. We don't bash women, we teach men. We don't chase feelings, we restore self-respect. And here's the most important thing. We don't lie to make you feel better. We tell you the truth so you can do better. So if some of what you're hearing tonight might sting, that sting is clarity returning to your system. Look, ask your questions honestly, listen without defending your ego, and apply what you hear in this room off screen. Because the goal here isn't to help you win her back. The goal is to get you back, grounded, disciplined, and respected by yourself. Nephews, my name is William, and I just got one question for you. Can you even conquer yourself? Johnny, go ahead and introduce yourself tonight.
Well, I'm Johnny Dumbbell. I am a personal trainer and life coach out here in beautiful Pittsburgh, where it is actually not beautiful at all. It is 17 degrees outside, but hey, the Steelers are winning at halftime. We're going to see how that plays out, but not bad. It's been a crazy, off and on busy week. The holidays coming up, so it does create a distraction for a lot of my clients and a lot of them, even sometimes for myself. This is a time of year where it's great to reconnect with people that we want to be able to see over the holidays. But remember, keep your routine. You've got to still kind of keep pushing forward. In some capacity, the holidays cannot be an excuse for you to lose focus of your path. So, let's keep it going, guys.
Nephews, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So we just want to remind you to keep your discipline over the holidays. All right, Johnny, it's Monday night. That means it's Ask Your Favorite Uncles, and we're here to answer questions for the nephews and give them the game on how they should be moving forward as men. Good, sir?
Yeah, I dropped the tablet.
Yeah, it happens.
I fumbled. Yeah, and this is kind of a way of being able to let you guys know, like, look, we're not saying it's always your fault or anybody's fault, but we are going to show you in a very, very vetting for the future way, how to cancel your subscription to her issues. Trust me. Question 1 is from Clem. Now, Clem says, just lost the damn page. Boy, I am discombobulated today.
Hey, shout out to Minnie Mom. Appreciate you being in the chat. Shannon Scott. Brandy, it's always a pleasure to have you with us. Bailey, what's good, fam? Colton, 248-13. All right, Colton, my man, I appreciate you tapping in, but this show is for adults only. So you're going to have to come back when you're 18 for us to get
yeah, brother.
But thank you for being honest with us about your age.
Cool for you to stop by. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, you feel free to watch, but we can't give advice to minors, sir.
Yeah, it's not a good idea in any capacity. All right, so we got question 1. This is from Clem. Clem says, why do I get more female attention when I have a girlfriend? Can someone please explain the phenomenon of getting more female attention when you have a girlfriend? Seriously, this shit doesn't make sense. When I was single, I barely had any women sniff in my direction, and I had to actively date to generate attraction. Now I have a girlfriend, and it feels like I'm getting way more attention. Like last night, I was out at an event. This woman straight up sat next to me and started a conversation. We got into it. She straight asked for my number. I shut it down, saying I had a girlfriend, but she insisted we exchange. She insisted that we exchange Instagram accounts. Getting hot and heavy there. Today, a woman I see semi-regularly at another event seemed to be throwing me glances. Different woman, I guess. She flirted with me whilst serving me a drink. She never used to speak to me at all. It's not even a case of these women knowing that I have a girlfriend because they didn't know that. This happens whenever this shit never happens when I'm single. Can anyone shed some insight as to why this happens?
Bruh. Nephew, you are in luck, and thank you for asking your favorite uncle. Shout out to you. We're about to give you everything you need to know about this. So I just want to get this straight. Your question is, why do you get more female attention when you have a girlfriend? Well, that's easy. All right. It's when you're taken, you stop auditioning for women. All right. I mean, look, that's the short answer. But if you want, I'll really break this down for you because this is something I have experience with. Yep. All right. When you're with a woman, your nervous system has changed. All right. When you were single, you were trying. All right. You were scanning, hoping, probably performing, maybe second guessing. Women can feel that energy before you even open your mouth. All right. Now, different story, nephew. Now you're relaxed. Now you're grounded. Now, sir, you are unbothered by the outcome. And that calm, that's attractive to women, my guy. All right. Here's something else. You're no longer seeking validation. When a man isn't trying to be chosen, nephew, he becomes choosable. Okay, scarcity isn't about women chasing, taking men. It's about women noticing men who don't need them. So you weren't more valuable because you had a girlfriend. You're more attractive because you weren't hunting. All right. And all right, it's not she wants you because another woman chose you. All right, it's this. Another woman already vetted you as safe, competent, socially calibrated, and that, well, it removes uncertainty. Women avoid uncertainty more than they avoid rejection. All right, so your behavior is different, even if you didn't notice it, nephew. You probably spoke a little bit slower. You might have listened a little bit better. You didn't over invest, and you probably didn't push. And I got to tell you something, nephew, that is masculine presence. So important correction here. All right. This is not a green light to flirt well taken. I need you to understand that. All right. You did the right thing by shutting it down. The lesson isn't get attention. The lesson here is be the man you were when you didn't need attention. Okay. And if you ever find yourself single again, remember this: attraction followed your state, not your status. What do you think, John? You want to add to that?
Well, and I mean, you know, it definitely falls to the same principle that I tell you guys all the time. Women don't want men that women don't want. Well, you're not one of those men. You are obviously in a relationship with somebody that hopefully you vetted properly and has earned your commitment to her. You know, and that being the case, look, that would definitely speak to why, you know, like we said, you're not out there searching now. You're out there already confident because you already feel wanted and desired. And you know, honestly, I think it's more likely to be in a healthy relationship that you're feeling wanted and desired, because now you're walking around with that air of confidence. You're walking around with the way that feels. You're walking around with that, you know, with that knowledge that somebody out there wants you, if nobody else. You know, the point is that you're not out there lacking something. You're not out there trying to find something. You are the something. Someone found you. You know, and then I think you're probably walking around subconsciously, you know, proud of that. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. That is giving you that self-confidence going through it. So you are going to be attractive to women because, hey, obviously women want you because you're with a woman who, well, wants you.
Well, Johnny, you know, I love to end the streams by telling the nephews to stay dangerous. And I should probably elaborate a little bit more, okay? Because when you stop trying to be chosen, you become dangerous. Most men lose attraction because they're always auditioning for women. All right. This is why women notice you when you stop needing them. So I think you're onto something, nephew, if you apply it the right way. Like I said, you could also, I don't even want to put this out there because I want to move with integrity and I don't want you to misinterpret the message that we're trying to send tonight. The bottom line that you need to take away from this is she didn't want you because you had a girlfriend. She wanted you because you didn't need her. Let's roll with that.
Right. I mean, and he even comes right out and says that couldn't possibly be it because they didn't know he had a girlfriend. So yeah, it was definitely not the knowledge of that because they didn't know that.
Yeah, well,
but yeah, no, there's an error about the way he's carrying himself that that
he got calmer. You're right. They didn't know he even had a girlfriend. That calm masculine energy is rare in a world full of anxious men.
Yeah, he doesn't need it. He's already got it.
So, hey, nephew, if you have some follow-up questions, we would love to answer them. And I appreciate you taking the time to write in and seeking knowledge because that's what we're here for. Thank you for asking your favorite uncle, sir.
Appreciate you, brother or nephew. All right, so we got question 2 from Fernando. And the subject line is going to make some of you yell at the screen. Another message for my ex.
Bruh.
Another. Holy crap. All right. Here's a message I want to send her. And guys, in the comments, let us know if he should send this to her. And if you do think he should send it, I would love to see why. I want my ex back, but don't want to push her away. I was going to try something simple again, but the last time I tried, I got no response. Then why in the actual fuck are you trying again?
Bruh.
Anyway, here's the message he wants to send. He says, hi, I guess Kaya, whatever. I've had a long time to reflect, and I'm reaching out because I wanted to apologize for my mistakes, my part in the end of our relationship, and how I acted during the night after the breakup. I totally get why you broke up with me. I also think it was needed, especially because sometimes space can actually help a relationship. I'm going to break down everything that's wrong with that very statement in just a few minutes there, buddy. I wasn't expecting I wasn't respecting your decision at first when you made up your mind. And I'm sorry for that. I still really care for you and for us. I believe that what we had was something special, the kind of relationship you don't give up on. I still kind of picture my future with you, kind of. Like you either picture it or you don't, man. But anyway,
Bruh.
I don't know if you still feel the same way toward me, but I care about you a lot. And I've been working on myself to become a better person and partner. I think you would be happy with the changes I've made. That's assuming she even cares. I know that I have to prove it with actions, and I would love to show you in any capacity you're comfortable with. I'm pretty sure that capacity involves you staying far, far away, Fernando. I'm going to say that. I just wanted to reach out one last time to tell you this. If you still have any similar feelings, or if you want to work on this relationship or be in this relationship with me again, I'm willing to put in my half of the work with you. Start super slow, fix things together, and do things right. I'm not mocking you, Fernando. I'm really not. I'm not asking to jump straight back into the relationship where we left off, but maybe we can meet up, talk about things, take things slow, and build a new and healthier relationship from the beginning, starting as small as you feel comfortable. I have a lot of stories in tea. Oh, he's still going. He's still going. I have a lot of stories in tea I would love to share with you, as you are my best friend. I understand that for a healthy relationship, both people have to be willing and wanting to make things work. If you don't want to put in the effort and don't feel the same way toward me anymore, that's okay. I totally get that. Dude, and you're willing to cry in private, I hope, when you get the inevitable response, right? Or lack thereof. Just let me know and I won't bug you again about this. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. This is your second attempt. Yes, you will bug her again. I just wanted to send this last message for my own mental health to help me move on. Yeah, nothing like a touch of selfish need as bonus, I know this might be a lot at once, so take as much time as you need to respond. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. I think she will. I'll leave this as my final message. Again. So I'm willing, if you are, to try again and have a loving, healthy relationship with you. And Fernando, I'm going to tell you, man, don't hold your breath. First of all, I actually almost cut the last part of that message out just for brevity's sake, because this was a novel. This was a 10-page love letter to a woman who hasn't even responded to your last one. It's like you wanted to profess harder because maybe you didn't profess hard enough. This is the ultimate leaning in and saying, here's my weak side, smack it. And she's not doing this on purpose to hurt you. She's not doing this. She is pretty much making her response the lack of a response. And instead, you just think maybe she's processing feelings and needs another like 8-page text message to help her make up her mind. You got your response when you didn't get a response. And now you're sitting here wondering if you should send this text message. Ladies and gentlemen, again, in the comments, please, does he send this message or not? And if so, you better have a damn good reason.
All right. Under no circumstances are you to send that message. I need you to hear this loud and clear, Fernando.
At least he got to us first.
Yeah. All right. I'm not saying this to be cruel. I'm saying this to save you some dignity, sir. That message is not love. It's an anxiety dump disguised as accountability. All right, let's be clear here. Okay, this message fails on so many levels, and I want you to understand why. It centers around it centers around your feelings and not hers. All right, and you're basically asking her to regulate your emotions. All right, this thing telegraphs desperation, and well, it ignores her last response, which is
not
what
to mention
Johnny said. No response at all.
Not to mention the slight nudge at like a guilt trip at the very end. I just need to know for my mental health. Like I'll be mentally unhealthy if you don't respond. I mean, that was just kind of the soft way of saying that. And I mean, extremely soft, by the way. Pretty limp.
All right. Silence is the answer, sir. All right, but you've already made the fatal mistake. You've already reached out. She already didn't respond.
Yeah, don't
and
do it
your
twice.
solution is to escalate it. Do you have any idea what that teaches her? That you don't respect her decision and you're willing to keep pushing it so that you feel better. All right. Here's the brutal truth. And I'm sorry we got to be the one to tell you this. You don't apologize your way back into attraction. Doesn't work like that. You don't explain your way into desire. And you don't earn love by proving you're willing. So, man, you need some help, nephew. I'm actually really glad you wrote in tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I used to know a guy who kept getting sucked back into a relationship by a woman who was always begging, always blackmailing, always wanting, always crying. And the thing of it was that he kept going back because he felt badly. He felt badly. And the thing of it is that all you are doing, all she would be doing if she actually responded that way would be to be back to a relationship that she didn't really want to be into, had to be coaxed back into. And then you're going to be wondering why she's not doing girlfriend stuff. Then you're going to be writing into us asking why she seems to be ignoring you, why she seems resentful, why she doesn't seem to want to be around. Well, that's why, man. You had to convince her to come back, and once she did, now you want her to start doing all the good things that she's supposed to be doing, and really she's just kind of like, well, I'm here so he doesn't go flying off a building. You know, I mean, that's kind of one of those things where, I mean, look, I'm not saying you're trying to hit her with emotional blackmail here, but what I am saying is that the book that you sent us is the last thing you want to send her. Actually, I wouldn't have even sent her a how's it going? I mean, if you did not get a response, you never, man, I'm stammering now.
Johnny, I understand.
You never sent 2 texts in a row.
No, I could tell he's one of these new people that had just been watching us, just exposed to us on YouTube. He's just now following us, and I appreciate that from him. I really do. So we're going to give him the game on how to move forward like we would any one of our nephews that write in, because that's what we're here for, nephews. We want to help you dig yourself out of the situation you've got yourself in. So that's what we're about to do here. Shout out to us.
And
I'm going to give you a few things you can do that would give you a chance, if any exist. Let's put it like that. All right.
well, there is a chance because in here,
I was going to say, first and foremost, shout out to Uncle Johnny. No contact equals no confusion. So you cannot speak to her. You have to go full no contact with her. The next thing you need to do is change your behavior over time. This doesn't happen overnight. You have to, first of all, you have to want to change. You have to become more disciplined in your life. You have to develop a routine. Shout out to Uncle Johnny again. Where's your program, sir? So if you were running a program, you wouldn't have had half of the problems that you are having. So step one, no contact. Step two, you need to change your behavior over time. And you have to, step three is let her miss you without any kind of pressure. All right. And I need you to understand this, nephew. Even
following
then,
your program is not just something you do on your good days.
even then, nephew, chances are that she's never coming back. Okay. But no contact, change your behavior, and let her miss the connection you used to have. That might be your only shot. And I mean, I guess that's the risk of love, trying to avoid risk by over explaining. Nephew, that's how men lose respect. And I don't want to see you. I mean, you've already put yourself into that. But first and foremost, do not send that message. Not now, not later, not one last time, not ever.
Yeah, I mean, in this lengthy text message, you're talking about how you've been working on yourself and working to become a better person, a better partner. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to take a little bit off your plate. Don't worry about working on being a better partner right now. Work on being a better person. Work on being a better version of yourself. Work on being a version of yourself that you would actually hang out with, that you would like, that you would respect. Develop those feelings for yourself, because if you don't, nobody else is going to. So I'm glad to see that you're talking about working on yourself and making yourself a better version. I'm going to need to see that happen. And I'm going to follow up with you on email. I'm going to send you the first 4 weeks of the Johnny Dumbbell Challenge for free. I want you to, follow it. I want you to develop a routine. I want you to schedule these things a week in advance. And I want you to follow it every single day. Make your bed. And look, man, sounds like simple stuff. And it is. But that's the best part about it. You just got to stick with it. That's the trick.
Consistency. That's right. Now, okay. Now, nephew, I briefly mentioned changing your behavior over time. And like I said, we love to give you the game on how to do that, on how to move forward. So what I would like to see you do is, in your own life, you have lies that you tell to people. Let's call it for what it is. This is some tough love here. So I need you to replace one of these lies, whether it's you're lying to yourself, you're lying to other people, with a truth. I need you to do one lie with one truth every single day. Now, so Johnny wants you to work out for 30 days. I want you to take a lie every single day and turn it into a truth. And then I want you to get back with us in a month after you started the Johnny Dumbbell Challenge, after you have changed some of your behavior patterns, and we can discuss further problems that you're having.
Actually, with my Gmail, I can pre-schedule an email, and I'm going to send you a follow-up in 4 weeks. So I expect a response. All right.
Okay. Hey, Colton, listen, I'm glad you're back, sir. And I'm glad you're in the room. And even though Johnny and I can't give you dating advice, okay, but I think we might be able to give this man some workout tips, right? He's 14. He wrote in saying he was a little bit overweight. He is asking his favorite uncles a question, and I'd like to give him a little bit of age-appropriate game to take with him and move forward, Johnny. You're the fitness expert on the panel. Can you give him a little bit of game on what he can be doing to manage his weight, manage his diet, and form some discipline in his life?
Yeah, I'm going to say at your age, you should be getting about 150 minutes per week just of cardio alone. In your case, the good news is if you're a little overweight and you're looking to drop your fat percentage, the good news is don't run. You don't need it. You'd actually have a much better way of losing the extra fat cells or the extra fat if you slow down to what you might consider a brisk walk. Imagine the pace you got to walk in the hallway when you're late for class, but you're not allowed to run. That pace right there. Um, Maintain that for about 30 to 40 minutes. You would be surprised how quickly that'll melt off. The other thing that I would tell you is I would maybe start with some lightweight resistance training, some sort of lightweight lifting, and I would maybe just hit each muscle group twice a day, 3 days a week to start off. Keep that going for about 4 weeks. After 4 weeks, you can even add an extra day of doing that per week. Um, but I mean, definitely make sure that you're getting, and if you're getting 150 minutes a week of cardio, and in this case, I mean the brisk walk, I would say, make it five half-hour walks a day, or something like that. Break it down, in increments like that. But really, you don't need much more than 30 or 40 minutes apiece. But yeah, brisk walk is always going to be a little bit better for fat loss than running. Now, you can certainly go between the fast walk and a jog, and go 3 minutes on one, 1 minute on the other, whatever you want to do. We call it interval training. I can get with you a little bit more offline and explain a little bit more about how that works if you'd like. But in this case, I would say, start off with, 3 days of resistance training a week and 150 minutes a week of cardio. And, you can use apps like My Net Diaries, the one that I use. It's absolutely free. You can record, the calories that you're taking in. And when you put your exercise in there, it'll actually even factor in the calories that you're burning. Let's just stay inside the box for this one right about now. Burn more than you're taking in if you're looking to lose weight. But get that cardio in and be consistent every week. You got to make sure that you're staying. You can't make excuses. You say, no, this is my workout day. Look, we're going to feel better when it's over. And always carry this with you. You will never get a good workout in and then later on say to yourself, man, I wish I wouldn't have done that. So, just keep that in mind. All right.
Well said. And Colton, I also want to let you know you should subscribe to Johnny's channel, obviously, but he also has a fitness channel. A lot of people don't know Johnny Dumbbell has a second YouTube channel you can also subscribe to that is just about fitness training. Shout out to Johnny Dumbbell. Thank you for giving this young man a little bit of game he could take with him tonight.
Johnny Dumbbell Fitness. All right. So Fernando, best of luck to you, man. But yeah, don't send the message. Question 3. This one's coming from Mike. Mike's 28, and I feel like that's kind of important for this one because I was married for only a single year before my ex-wife cheated on me. I don't tolerate infidelity, and I left. We didn't have any kids, so no ties whatsoever. I want to fall in love again, but I'm worried women in my dating range will likely view divorce as a huge issue, just because I'm so young. As stated, my ex cheated with a guy who is way older than us. I'm genuinely over it now, but I just worry about how that will sound to a woman who's between 23 and 29. I'm really not into dating older than me. I'm very serious in what I want, and I don't want this divorce to make me seem like I don't take commitment seriously. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Mike, the thing of it is that it wasn't you who doesn't take commitment seriously. It was your wife who cheated on you. Okay. But here's the thing. When you start, yeah. But when you start dating again, I don't want you telling any woman that you are dating that you were cheated on unless she makes it 90 days into a relationship with you. And even then, it really shouldn't be much of a topic of discussion. I'm not saying that it'll make her view you as weak or undesirable, anything like that. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But, touchdown Steelers. But I am saying that it's something that is going to bring a bit of negativity into the conversation. So I think that it's something that really what's important during the first 90 days is that you're interested in her, she's interested in you, and you focus on how you treat each other and how your dynamic works. After those 90 days, you can get into the deeper stuff. You can get into the historical stuff. But I mean, something like that, I feel like is something that is something you have dealt with privately that you've been able to kind of get over. And if you're genuinely over it, hey man, good for you. I'm really happy to hear that. And and I'm really happy to see that your biggest concern isn't how can I trust a woman again. No, your biggest concern is, hey, I want to make sure that I'm marketable in this dating market that I'm about to get out there and get involved with. Hey, man, I get that. I mean, I wasn't much older than you when my marriage, kind of fell apart. So I see where you're coming from. But I can tell you as a divorcee out there dating, it's really not as hard as you might think. And that's why when you do get to the online dating profiles, you do write a good solid profile. You do tune in and make sure you check us out Thursday nights at 9:35 p.m. Eastern. And we'll actually give you the game on not only what to look out for with these young ladies, but I think we're going to probably start dedicating a segment of the show to maybe coming up with some things that we do want to include that are both specific and descriptive that you can put into your own profile to be a little more successful.
Johnny, you read my mind exactly. We should absolutely put in 3 to 5 tips every week about helping them make a more solid dating profile. I love that. Shout out to you, Johnny. Now, I would love to answer Mike's question, but we got some comments in the chat. Voice box of the block says Raiders.
Man, they've had a rough year. They really have.
Colton says, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. He said he would go ahead. He's going to sub to both those channels.
Appreciate it, man.
Stay solid. Khalid says, go Bills.
Man, I'll tell you what, they've had a rough couple weeks. They've had a pretty good season, man. They really have.
And then he says, you know what they say, marriage. Okay, Mike, nephew, thank you so much for writing in tonight and asking your favorite uncles. I want you to know I really appreciate it. You want to know?
Man, it sounds like he's on a positive path, and he has a really good mindset about what he's doing. Because he's not in that place where it's like, oh, I'll never find a woman I can trust. Oh, woe is me, I was cheated on. No, he's like, nah, fuck that. I'm getting back out there. I'm doing this. I just want to make sure I know a little bit more about what I'm up against. And Mike, I got to tell you, you're not up against nearly as much as you probably think, man.
Well, Mike, you want to know if women are going to judge you for being divorced at 28. And I can tell you this, nephew, only the wrong ones. Okay.
You mean they're gonna judge you for making a mistake when you were young?
Let me reframe this properly. Sir, the divorce isn't the red flag. Staying after infidelity would have been. All right. You enforced a boundary. Nephew, that's not weakness. That's a little thing we in this room call self-respect.
Yep.
Now, I need you to understand, like Johnny was saying, how you tell this story matters. If you present it like a wound, then it's going to land like baggage.
Oh, man.
But if you present it like a lesson, it lands like maturity. So the correct framing, nephew, it's real simple here. I was married young. My ex cheated. I left because I wasn't going to tolerate infidelity. And I learned a lot about choosing wisely, and I'm clear on what I want now. So, and then
especially when it comes to your boundary. Yep.
Okay, and look, like John, another shout out to Uncle John. Quality women, they're not going to punish you for having integrity, sir. A woman who values commitment, they're going to hear stuff like that. You take vows seriously. You won't accept betrayal. You don't cling to broken situations. Okay. That's not disqualifying. That's reassuring to women. Okay. So what would be a problem is if you had bitterness about it, if you were trauma dumping over it, or
oh, God, don't ever do that.
Distrust you now projected onto new women. Okay. That would be a problem. But you said you're genuinely over it, and good, nephew. Shout out to you. Let's keep it that way. Now, look, men don't struggle because they lack effort. They struggle because they misplace it. Okay. Attraction grows in calm, not pursuit. Respect grows in restraint, not explanation. Now, I think you're doing pretty good. I mean, you walked away from a situation that you probably should have. So shout out to you for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, Johnny, I'm actually really
And that's
happy
just it,
with
you know.
this question, man. This tells me
I
that
am
he's
too.
learning, he's growing, and shout
Not to
out to
mention
him.
he's recovering. I mean, he's recovering really well.
All right.
Yeah,
Stay
this is
solid. Khalid
this
says
is
with
this is a
Mike.
guy who's
Says with Mike, this is a new opportunity, and take it.
yeah, and that's good. I mean, it looks like he's going to make the best of what really isn't even a bad situation anymore. That's great. Yeah, Mike, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. I'll follow up with you via email, but yeah, it sounds like you're well on your way, man. Stick with us, keep watching us, and I think you're going to be just fine, man. You're going to hit some pitfalls, and when you do, your uncles are going to be here to answer any other questions you got. So we're going to stay in touch via email, buddy. I got you.
Listen,
Yep.
we're here to help, nephew. We want you to become the man who doesn't need to ask, is this okay? So we're here. Any other questions you got, go ahead and let us know, sir.
Absolutely, brother.
Johnny, do we got anything else?
All right,
tonight?
nephews. Well, hey, no, that's all I got, man. I appreciate all the nephews that wrote in. I appreciate all the nieces and nephews watching, and anything in between. And we really love our audience, male and female. It's great that you're both here, giving each other the game, supporting each other, and most importantly, supporting the podcast, man. We love you guys madly. We're glad that you're here for us. I, for one, am glad my Steelers are winning right now. But this is a great thing that we get to do every Monday, and it's not something we have to do; it's something we get to do. And we're glad to kind of, if we can even make it so that one of you don't have to go through the struggles we went through, you can kind of skip that step to development. Hey, we're gonna help you take it, man.
Shout out to Uncle Johnny. Make sure you guys subscribe to Johnny Dumbo. Now, nephews, if you take one thing from this, I want it to be that you need to stop chasing attention and start building presence. Attraction doesn't respond to effort, it responds to energy. Be the man
when you
who's
build a
calm.
presence, attention chases you.
Yeah, be calm, centered, and most importantly, don't hunt for validation.
Never.
And you'll notice that everything starts changing. All right, handle your business, respect your relationship, and remember the goal was never to be wanted by everyone. It was to be respected by yourself. All right, nephews, we'll see you in the next one. Stay dangerous and make sure you write in with to Uncle Johnny with any of your questions. And we will be back Thursday night with the Bumble Breakdown. Swipe smarter. Shout out to Ask Your Favorite Uncles. Anything else you want to add tonight, Johnny?
Hey, just to remember, between now and Thursday, it's almost a full 3 days. So remember, if you drink, don't drive. And if you drive, don't park. Because accidents cause people. So wrap that rascal. Good night.
Yeah.